Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 9 of What If Naruto Was a Vampire. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also stay in tune because after this I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto Had the Unknown Sharingan, and also over on Anime King I'm going to be posting What If Naruto Had multiple people sealed inside of him, so stay in tune for that as well. And I'm also going to be posting What If Naruto returned different after his training trip. I hope you guys enjoy each and every episode. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you're hearing my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support. And yeah, without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last part we left off, Naruto faced off against Karu, who was beyond pissed, as she ignited her sword with pure flames and sent a wave of flames towards Naruto, as Sakura cried out Naruto's name, thinking that he got incinerated in that blast. But everyone was shocked when they saw Naruto standing behind Karu, as the real battle then began, as Karu was no match for him. She couldn't even lay a finger on him, as Naruto beat her down to the point where Genma had to jump in the arena and tell him to stop. It's over, as she was out cold. As she was taken to the medic, as Naruto went back up the stairs, he walked past Gaara and Yujito, looking at the both of them. The rest of the matches went on, and a particular match was Kiba versus Yujito, as Kiba thought that she was a girl. She was no match for him, and Yujito hated that. And she destroyed Kiba, beating him down, and he was taken away by the medic. As the Hokage then announced the end of the preliminaries, as he told them who they're going to be fighting in the finals. The first match will be Kankuro versus Amoy. The second match will be Temari versus Shikamaru. The third match will be Shino versus Neji. The fourth match will be Naruto versus Yujito. And the fifth match will be Sasuke versus Gaara. So with that, the preliminaries are over. Kakashi came to Naruto and told him that he found a trainer for him, because he was going to teach Sasuke into how to use the Sharingan. But Naruto said he would be fine on his own as he headed off. A couple days later, Naruto met Jiraiya, as Naruto already knew who he is from the Fox. As Jiraiya was shocked when Naruto told him that he knew he's his godfather, and he hated him with all of his might for leaving him. Eva then came back to the village, as both her and Naruto had a touching reunion, as it's been a long time since she's been out. Naruto was then called to Sarutobi's office, as Jiraiya was in there as well, as Sarutobi wanted to know how Naruto knew that Jiraiya was his godfather, and what else did he know, as Naruto told him that he knew about his father. And also, Eva then jumped through the window, as she then told Sarutobi that Naruto is a vampire, and she's the one that turned him, and he has to feed on human blood. As Sarutobi looked at her confused, as all the information just rushed to him, and he passed out. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across the place and check it out for yourself, so let's begin this new episode, shall we? So we start this episode in the office. I think I accidentally killed him, said Eva. Oh no wait, I can hear his heartbeat, he's fine. Old man, wake up, said Naruto, as Sarutobi slowly opened his eyes to see the face of Jiraiya, Eva, and Naruto looking down on him. As he rubbed his eyes. Oh, I had a weird dream, he said. That you told me that you were a vampire, Naruto. And this girl here, Eva, turned you into one, and you have to feed on human blood. Well, I am actually, said Naruto. As Sarutobi looked dazed. Hey old man, don't pass out again, said Naruto, as they helped him up to his chair, as Sarutobi sat and quickly lit his pipe as he took a deep puff. He then released a smoke as he looked at Naruto and then at Eva, and then at Jiraiya, and then back at Naruto. So, Eva, can you explain to me what the hell is going on? Said Sarutobi. Well, said Eva, I already told you I'm not from this world. When I got here, I accidentally opened a portal and the attacks that were behind me strike Naruto in very vital points. So I saw that he was about to die, so the only way to save him was to turn him into a vampire. He then died, and the transition began. He then fed on human blood and he became a vampire. Wait, said Jiraiya. If he died, what happened to the... As he then looked at Sarutobi. As Sarutobi looked at Naruto cautionally. Yeah, he must know by now, Sarutobi said. Naruto, you know that you possess a nine-tailed fox, right? Yes, I do, said Naruto. So what happened to the fox if you died? Well, funny thing actually, it's still inside of me. But seeing that I'm immortal now, and the fox is immortal, neither of us are going anywhere, so we're basically stuck together. And I have been using his chakra all this long. What do you mean, said Sarutobi? Well, when I died, my normal blue human chakra went away. So, the only way for me to use or perform any different kind of techniques is to use the fox chakra, which is quite a lot, and seeing that my body is no longer vulnerable, I can use it at a high rate. So, you and the fox are friends? Well, yeah, said Naruto. Even Eva here has met him. Met him? Said Sarutobi. What exactly do you mean? Asked Jiraiya. But Naruto ignored him as he looked at Sarutobi. Yes, Naruto, what exactly do you mean? Said Sarutobi. Well, Naruto then closed his eyes, as he was in the mindscape. It's time for you to explain, said Naruto. Fine, give me control, said Kurama, as the both of them switched places. When he snapped back open his eyes, they were red with slits in them. Old man, said Naruto in a dark demonic voice. Ninetales, said Sarutobi, as Jiraiya quickly got on guard. Sit down, you human, said Kurama. I am not here to harm anyone. The kid is the one that switched place with me. Why would Naruto do that, said Jiraiya. Because to us, he's not a scary fox or a demon. He's just a fluffy fur ball, said Eva with a smirk. As Kurama then started to chuckle. What's so funny, said Eva. Well, seeing that I have control of the kid's body, and I'm now out here, I can finally shut and wipe that smirk off your face, you vile woman, said Kurama, as he lifted Naruto's arms and extended his claws. Well, how about it, he said, as Eva smirked. Anytime, anywhere, fox. Whoa, whoa, said Sarutobi. We can't have two strong beings destroying the village right now. Weren't you going to explain something to me, Kyubi? It seems our fight will have to wait, woman, said Kurama, as Eva turned her head. Stupid old man, ruining my fight, she thought. So, said Kurama, I'm here to explain. That night, 13 years ago, I was not in control of my actions. What do you mean, said Jiraiya. After being forcefully removed from Kushina Uzumaki, I was taken control by the Sharingan. The Sharingan? Jiraiya said. Yes, there is a foe out there that I thought was long dead, but he's still alive. And who is that, Sarutobi asked. One of the founders of this village, Madara Uchiha. As Jiraiya and Sarutobi stood there, confused. How could Madara Uchiha still be alive? He was supposed to be long dead by now. That's impossible, said Jiraiya. Well, I thought it was at first, but that same foul chakra and those eyes that captured me, it was him, Madara Uchiha. He placed me under a genjutsu. The next thing I know, I was being sealed inside of this brat here. And that's all I remember. So, you weren't the one that destroyed the village on purpose? No. After I got extracted, I wanted to leave this place after being sealed inside of two red heads for long years now. And I just wanted to leave. But I got controlled. And that's it. I wasn't the one. I wasn't holding any personal grudge against your village. So you don't have to worry about me and Naruto. We're okay, said Kurama. You see, said Eva. One big fluffy furball. Kurama raised his finger towards Eva as he fired at a bone out of his fingertip, as Eva quickly tilted her head as the bone pierced through the wall. As Eva smirked, "You wanna go, Fox?" she said. As Kurama closed his eyes, as Naruto retake control. "Eva, calm down," Naruto said. "You and him are always like this." "So, things has really been happening that I had no idea about," said Sarutobi. "Well then, about being a vampire, I want to know more," said Sarutobi. "Well, Naruto and I are immortal." "Immortal? What kind of immortality are we talking about?" Jiraiya said, as Eva looked at him, as she then looked back at Naruto, as Naruto gave her a sigh, as he then nodded, saying answer his question. "Well, age is nothing to us." "So, will Naruto stay like this forever?" Sarutobi asked. "No, that's the thing, his body will mature to about 18 years old, but from then it will stop. And then yeah, he'll be at his peak. But other than that, we can't die. Age is nothing to us. So there is no way to kill you." "Yes, there is," said Eva, "but I'm not gonna tell you that." "And why not?" said Sarutobi. "Even though you're Naruto's friends, you're not my friends completely. And I still don't trust you with that secret." "Fine," said Sarutobi. "Have your secret. It will be good anyway, so no one can get the information." "Oh yeah," said Naruto, "we can also get any bloodline we wish." "What do you mean?" said Jiraiya. Naruto opened up his palm as a bone stick right out of it. "Wait." As Jiraiya then looked at the wall, "I saw it a minute ago, but I didn't even realize. That's the Kagai bloodline." "Yes, it is," said Naruto. "How did you come to possess that?" asked Sarutobi. "Well, I was on the road when I came across a guy named Orochimaru, his subordinates." "Orochimaru?" said Sarutobi. As Jiraiya got up, "Where is he now?" "Well, he's probably long gone. He keeps on moving and moving to other layers around the world. It seems like he really doesn't want to get caught." "Show them the rest of it, Naruto," said Eva, as Naruto then created a crystal in his hand. "A crystal Kekigenkai?" Sarutobi said. "Yes," said Naruto. "And also this," as he tapped Sarutobi's decks, as ice particles started to appear. "Ice? You have the Hayaton bloodline?" "Yes, I got this one on the wave bungee trip." "Well, Naruto, the perks of being a vampire is really incredible." "Yeah, they are," said Naruto. "But having to live forever, that kind of worries me sometime." "What do you mean?" said Sarutobi. "Well, I'm gonna be alone, because everyone is going to die." Eva then placed a hand on his shoulder. "Don't worry, I will always be here for you," she said. "Well, we're going to have to talk about this some more, but right now I have a meeting," said Sarutobi. "And don't worry, I won't inform the council about any of this." "Naruto," said Jiraiya, "can I have a word with you?" As Naruto sighed, he looked at Sarutobi, as Sarutobi gave him a pleading eyes as he wanted him to make up with his godfather. "Fine," Naruto said. As the both of them walked off, "I'll be back soon, Eva," said Naruto. As Eva then sat down. "So, what's fun to do around here, old man?" she said. Meanwhile, a distance away from Konoha, in a house, we have the Raikage, Killer Bee, Amoy, Karu, and Yujito. Karu's hand was still in a sling after Naruto broke it, as it still needs some time to heal. "So did you locate the nine-tailed Jinchuriki?" asked the Raikage. "Yes," said Karu. "He's a blonde-haired brat. His name is Naruto Uzumaki." "What about the Uchiha?" the Raikage asked. "We locate him as well. Sasuke Uchiha, he was in the exam." "So the plan is going to continue. We will capture the Nine Tails and the Uchiha, meanwhile in the chaos." As the Raikage smirked, he had an interesting conversation with Orochimaru a while back. At first, he was going to kill Orochimaru, but Orochimaru then told him something that he couldn't refuse. Gaining more bloodline and powerful ability for his village. Orochimaru wanted to use the Raikage for him to use the Nibi Jinchuriki to help in the destruction of Konoha in the invasion. The Raikage agreed with that, but he's playing Orochimaru as well. He is going to take the Jinchuriki and also the Uchiha in the chaos, and if he can snatch a Hyuga, that would be wonderful. Seeing that he heard about Neji Hyuga, the prodigy of the Hyuga clan. Meanwhile, he was thinking Yujito was having an inner conflict. "Hey kitten, what's wrong?" asked the Nibi. "Should I really go through with this?" "What do you mean?" the Nibi asked. "Well, if we take the Uchiha and Naruto, once we extract the Nine Tails from him, he will die." "Yes, you already know that," said the Nibi. "Are you feeling things for this boy?" "No, not like that. It's just, he's a Jinchuriki. He probably went through the same life as all Jinchurikis. Should I really cause him more suffering and pain?" "Well, you say that you have no feelings for him, but on the inside I can tell that you're lying." "What? I'm not," said Yujito. "Don't play coy with me, remember, I'm inside of you. I can feel some of your emotions, so tell me the truth." "Well, alright, fine. I don't know how or when, but I started to like him. I don't know if it's because of his strength or his attitude, but yeah, I'm starting to like him. But if we capture him, he will be dead. But if you don't, you will be tried for treason, and they might take me away from you, killing you in the process. I know that is a big downfall. I just don't know what to do." "Well, you have a couple more weeks to think about it, seeing that the finals aren't coming up yet." "I guess you're right," said Yujito as she caught the link. "Yujito," said Raikage, snapping her out of her thoughts. "Yes sir," she said. "Is everything alright?" he asked as he saw that she was spaced from the mission. She usually is focused and listening keenly. "Yes, everything's alright sir," she said. "Everything will go to as planned." "Alright, I'm counting on you all. When the invasion begins, I will be there at your side as well, along with B. This will be a swift movement. We will take them out, and then we will bring them back to Kumo. With the power of the Uchiha, and also the power of the Hyuga, and also the Nine Tails giving us 3 Bijus, Kumo will be unstoppable," the Raikage thought as he smirked to himself. Meanwhile, back at Konoha, "So what do you want Naruto?" asked. As both him and Jiraiya were in the field, Jiraiya quickly dropped to his knees as Naruto looked at him. As he started to cry, "Naruto, I'm sorry," he said. "I know that I should have been there for you. I should have been there for you to help you through all the pain and suffering that you went through. But I had to stay with my spy network, and that hurt me every time I knew that I left you behind. I felt a huge hole in my heart, betraying Minato and Kushina like that. I'm here. I just want to make it all up to you. I'm begging you. Please. Please, Naruto, give me a second chance," said Jiraiya, as he was speaking from the heart sincerely. As Naruto looked down at him, "Why should I?" said Naruto. Jiraiya was about to say something, but Naruto cut him off. "You left me alone for so many years. Before I met Eva, my life was a living hell. Day in and day out, I was tortured by the people of this village. But you know," said Naruto, "I'm gonna give you another chance." As Jiraiya looked up at him with hopeful eyes, "It's because of something that Eva said. I'm immortal now, so trivial things shouldn't matter to me like revenge. That is why. That is the only reason why I don't burn this village to the ground." As Jiraiya looked at Naruto, "I'm not joking," said Naruto. "If it wasn't for Eva, and I would have gained these powers some way without her, this village would have been in hell right now." As Naruto's eyes flashed red, he then calmed himself. "So yeah, I'm gonna give you a second chance, but don't screw it up." "I promise I won't," said Jiraiya, as Jiraiya released a sigh of relief, glad that Naruto doesn't hold anything against the village, and that Naruto gave him another chance. "Alright, seems like how you gave me another chance. What about I become your teacher for the month?" "Fine," said Naruto, as he walked off. As Jiraiya followed behind him, 2 weeks later, Naruto was in a field, as both him and Jiraiya was a distance away from each other. The both of them rushed forward with full speed, as the both of them had a Rasengan in their hand. Naruto's Rasengan was purple, while Jiraiya's Rasengan was normal blue. As they smashed the Rasengan together, the ripple effect created shock wave that tear through the forest. "Whoa," said Eva, "that is awesome," as she jumped down off the branch. As Jiraiya was on the ground clutching his arm. His arm was cinched from Naruto's attack, as Naruto's Rasengan tear right through his. "Well, it seemed to be going perfect," said Naruto, as Eva walked over. His is a lot more powerful than yours," she said as she looked down at Jiraiya. "It might seem that way," said Jiraiya. "Well, I know to fix that," said Eva, as she bit her finger. "Here." "What are you doing?" asked Jiraiya. "Another perk of being a vampire." "Here." "What am I supposed to do?" he asked. "Just drink some." As Jiraiya hesitantly drank some of her blood. In a few seconds, his arm returned back to normal. "What? How is that even possible?" "Well, I don't really know, but my blood can heal any wound, just if it's not too fatal. You know, we can't let people find out about this," said Jiraiya. "What do you mean?" asked Eva. "Well, if they found out about this, people like Orochimaru and other organizations would be after you and Naruto even more, mainly to obtain your blood and try to become vampires like you guys. And this remarkable healing factor, they will try to experiment with it. So that is why Sarutobi has decided to keep this, just the four of us." "Naruto," Jiraiya said, "have you told anyone about this?" "No," said Naruto. "And I'm guessing you are going to tell me I can't." "Well, it's a matter of your own safety and your health." "Fine," said Naruto. "I guess our training is done. I think I'm gonna take these other 2 weeks and rest up and just enjoy myself. What about the Toad Summoning contract?" "I already told you I have a contract already. The Bat Summon. And I don't need any other," said Naruto. "See ya." And with that he vanished in a flash. "That kid," said Jiraiya. "He's hyperactive, but I see greatness in his future." Jiraiya then looked around. "These damn brats," he said to himself. As he realized Eva was already gone, he was talking to himself. "Well then, seeing that I'm here, I probably should go and do some research," as a perverted grin came on his face. Meanwhile, in a secluded training field of Konoha, the Kumo team was still here, as they were staying in Konoha for the remaining month so that they can take part in the finals of the Chunin exams, as Yujito and Karu were clashing swords in the middle of the field. Karu was now on the ground, her arm was healed. After 2 weeks, "Yeah, you're getting a lot stronger, Yujito," said Karu. "Make sure you kick his ass really nice for me, okay?" Sure," said Yujito. "By the way, where's Killer Bee and Amoy?" "Well, Killer Bee said that he will take over Amoy training," said Karu, "but I don't know exactly where they are." "Well, I don't need any special training right now. I'm confident with my skills. I can take any of them down." "Sure you can," said Karu. "And it doesn't even matter. After this, we're gonna take the Uzumaki and the Uchi and the Hyuga. So it's not like you're gonna really need to push yourself that hard." As Yujito then looked down. "Is something wrong?" Karu asked. "Oh, nothing, I'm fine." "You seem to be worried." "You don't know the Uchiha that well. Neither Hyuga." "Don't tell me," said Karu. "Are you worried about the Uzumaki?" No, what are you talking about?" said Yujito, as she blushed in embarrassment and stepped away. "Then why are you blushing?" "Well, it's just that..." "Yujito," said Karu, "you know that you have to follow protocol. You know what will happen if you step out of line, especially given what you are." "I know," said Yujito as she clutched her stomach. People at the village had always looked at her strangely. They had celebrated the 8 Tails, but with her it was a different thing. She was never celebrated like Killer Bee. It was worse. She was mocked a couple of times. She was also hated when she was much younger for carrying the beast inside of her, seeing that the two-tailed Nibi went on a rampage a few years back and killed some of the civilians. So, after she got the burden, she was hated. And she was being watched by the councils and everyone. So if she stepped out of line, they may take it from her, and as a result, she would die. Hey, what's going on here? Said a voice. As Karu quickly scowled as she heard the voice, quickly recognizing who it is. What are you doing here? She said. It's my village, said Naruto, as he stepped out of the clearing. Oh, yeah, that's right. Nah, I don't care, said Karu. This is private talk. Go away now. Karu, said Naruto, as he walked up to her. Ever since you came to the village, you had your eye on me or something. I'm going to ask you one more time. Do you like me? Hearing that, Yujito blushed a bit, as she then looked at Karu, who was fuming. After what you did to me in the tuning exams preliminaries, I want to kill you, she said. Well, that won't work, said Naruto as he stepped forward. Hey, back off, she said, as he got really close, as her cheeks had a faint blush on them. As Naruto smiled when he saw that, as she tilted her head away. I said back off as she reached for her sword, but he grabbed her hand. She brought up her next hand as he grabbed it as well, as he looked into her eyes. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? She asked as he leaned in closer. As he released her hand, as she screamed and ran off. As Naruto chuckled, Yujito then chuckled as well. Huh, you find it funny as well, said Naruto, as he turned to Yujito. Keep messing with her. One day she's gonna kill you, Yujito said. Yeah, she can try. So, you're training for the upcoming finals, huh? Yeah, what if I am, she said. You scared I'm gonna kick your ass? I'm actually looking for a good fight. So, what do you say? We're gonna give it our all? Yeah, sure thing. What about your little friend, Naruto asked. Is she gonna come out and play? Huh? Yujito said. I already know you're a Jinjulki, remember? So I'm asking you, are you going to release her and let she play? What about you? Are you going to release the Nine Tails? And I want to ask you something as well. What is it? Naruto asked. Well, the Nibi told me that the Nine-Tailed chakra is flowing through your system. How is that possible? She said that it is supplementing for your normal chakra, and I don't understand what she meant. Well, said Naruto, damn it. You're telling me that they can sense the chakra so clearly? Kurama, what should I say? How should I know? Make up an excuse or something. So, are you going to answer my question? Yujito asked. Hey, while you're here, you want to go on a date with me? Naruto asked, as Yujito was frozen by that question. After a few seconds, she recomposed herself. What did you just say? She asked. Well, she's gonna turn me down now and keep on asking me that question. I said, if you want to go on a date with me, Naruto said to her. Really? She asked him. As Naruto looked at her, and she was looking back at him. Does she like me? He wondered, as she was giving him a strange look, like she was conflicted to say yes or no. I can't right now, she said. I have to continue my training, as she turned around and walked away, as Naruto stood there confused. Well, I guess I was wrong, he said, as he turned around, as Yujito was panting as she walked away. Damn it, why did I say no? She said to herself. Remember, kitten, you know what's gonna happen in 2 weeks. You need to subside these feelings for him. I don't want you to be hunted from the Cloud Village. I don't want you to go through the same thing I went through as well, being hunted down, to be captured and sealed. But in this case, they're gonna take me away from you, resulting in your death. You need to stand by your village. I guess you're right. But he will die. I won't see that smile of his again. That goofy, stupid smile, she said. And that blonde hair. And those blue eyes. Kitten, you need to stop thinking about that. Remember the plan. Alright, I'm sorry, said Yujito. Let us go. As she walked off, as she was so conflicted. Meanwhile, Naruto came up on the training ground. Chidori, said Sasuke, as he teared through a couple of trees with his Chidori. Whoa, Sasuke has really been improving, Naruto thought. From that weak kid that couldn't even do anything against Zabuza's bloodlust. But now, he seemed to be getting stronger. I wonder how he will face off against Gaara. Speaking about Gaara, Naruto said, as he spread out his senses all through the village. As he found Gaara, he was in a secluded area of the forest, as Naruto then dashed off with incredible speed. When he arrived there, He saw Gaara standing and just talking out of space, like he was talking to someone, but Naruto could see no one. Hey Kurama, is he talking to that Shikaku? Yes, I believe so. Shikaku has corrupted this boy very dark. It seems like he's going to try his best to kill you as well, Naruto. Yeah, I get that. I can tell that it doesn't really like me, or Gaara for that. But I won't let him kill me. It's not like I can be killed though, said Naruto as he chuckled. He then sensed something nearby. As he went off, it was Gaara's sister, as she was watching Gaara, as she was muttering something, as Naruto enhanced his hearing as he heard, "Please, don't let the demon take over him. I just want my brother to be safe." As Naruto looked down at her, "The demon? Oh, I see now. It seemed that Shikaku has corrupted Gaara for so much of his life. His family members just want to be by his side, but the demon is not allowing that. I hope that in the Chunin exams, I'll be able to talk to Gaara. He needs to know a few things. He can't let that Shikaku run his life, because it wants nothing but pure destruction. And Gaara must have a soul, something inside of him." As Naruto was talking to himself, Temari was looking around, as she saw him there just looking out of space. "Why are you watching me?" she said. As Naruto heard that, as he froze. As he turned and looked at her, as he jumped down out of a tree. "I wasn't exactly watching you," he said to her. "I was just passing through this lonely dead forest by yourself, right?" "Yeah," said Naruto. "It's a good place to train. Well, see ya," as he started to walk off. But Temari then said stop. As he turned and looked at her, "I want to ask you something," she said. You're like Gaara." "You know," said Naruto. "I can tell. Gaara told me that you have something inside of you as well. But I need to know something. You're stable. How is that?" "Stable?" said Naruto. "Well, Gaara is different. Sometimes he just went on these bloodlust missions to kill. But you don't seem to be that. You laugh and smile. But it's been years now since I've seen a genuine smile from Gaara. It's always been a bloodthirsty smile, something dark and evil." Naruto walked over to her. "And that haunts you," he said. "Yes," she said, lowering her head. "I want my brother back. But how can I get him back from that beast?" "Well, I'm gonna help you," said Naruto. "How is that?" she asked. "Don't worry, you're gonna see soon." And with that, he vanished in a burst of speed that she wasn't able to keep up with. Some kind of teleportation technique? For a genin, she thought. Well, I guess it can't be helped. As she then headed off. Time skip. A week later. It was 4 more days before the Chunin exams. As Naruto was currently standing up on the Hokage monument head, as he was looking down at the village. He had learned some other skills from Jiraiya. In this past week, Jiraiya had found him and told him instead of teaching him how to perform the summoning of the toads, he teach him some other base attack, like the fire stream, and some other fire type jutsu, and also some earth base type jutsu. And Naruto was thankful for that. His arsenal is growing. As he remembered something that Orochimaru said in the Forest of Death. His goal was to learn every jutsu in this world. As Naruto realized he has enough time. Being immortal, he is thinking about these things a lot lately. He has enough time to do anything. He can learn every jutsu that this world has to offer. And become a legend. Even though Eva will be there. He needs someone else. Someone to be with. Like, have feelings for. Naruto never thought about that before. As he usually was just scared back then, never thinking about anything. But now, Eva was a close friend to him. Or maybe even more. But he never thought about that. But being alone in this world, watching the shinobis age, go across, and come back in the union of kids. And also Eva told him something. That he will never be able to have kids. So yeah, that's pretty messed up for him. Because someday he dreamed to have a family of his own, a big huge family. But now, he couldn't. But he's not gonna think about that now. He will just let things play out as they are. Meanwhile, in a dark cave a distance away from Konoha, Orochimaru was chuckling like a madman. This will be the end of Uzumaki Naruto, he said, as he was looking down at something. Perfect. I am a genius, and soon enough, I will find and understand how to be a vampire, how to be truly immortal, and learn every jutsu in this godforsaken world. And I'm going to take everything and own everything. The world will remember my name through the ages. The legendary Orochimaru, he said, as he kept on chuckling like a madman. Now, just 4 more days. 4 more days. And I will begin my plan. And this will be the end. Konoha or Uzumaki Naruto will not know what hit them. But guys, let me end this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share with all your friends in your social media platform. And stay in tune for the rest of the what ifs coming your way. And I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. But without further ado, I'm over now, guys. See ya. Peace.